Hello everybody. Sorry for anybody missing the stream since I delayed it, but I was busy watching the absolutely amazing recent The Orville episode, and then I was discussing some Witcher 3 modding with someone on Discord, and I got a little hung up on that, but we're here. We will do the airborne variant of this scenario since Brack did naval, I believe, giving into popular demand. So we'll see what we can do on the airborne variant. I don't know whether Brack deployed any tanks, but I won't, since it wouldn't necessarily be very historically accurate. So we just use Air Force and a whole bunch of infantry and artillery. So let's see what we can do here. I also noticed, by the way, that I'm kind of lacking 2 infantry because we kind of need 5 per division and I only have 4 per division. The Kreuzschützen are additional to the 4 battalions a division is supposed to have, but I think in Russia we actually get some bonus infantry, so that should be fine. I upgraded Ole Deer actually to a Kreuzschützen, which I will not deploy here either. I just did that ready for Russia. I mean, as a Gebirgsjäger, it would have been very useful over here, but I don't think I can do without him, and I want to give my other infantry that I have not been fully deploying in the recent scenarios a little bit chance to get higher. This, for example, only has 1 star, so that needs to be thing we'll do. Hi game on. He did not. Okay, I won't either. Well, I would have not anyway, but so we have a long way to go, I think, to capture the stuff in the middle here. So we need to have some strong forces here to crush the resistance in the middle. I think this will not be that tough. At least I can only go in one direction. I'm assuming there might be enemy tanks. I'm not sure. Let me read the actual briefing just to make sure. So Operation Mercury is ready to proceed at full pace. Herr General, your objective is to hold all of the objectives currently under your control and also to occupy all enemy objectives. Before you board your transport to join your troops at the front, I have a few important intelligence details to share with you. Firstly, you should be aware that the initial wave of Fallschirmjägers has secured enough ground on Crete to make direct deployment possible. The 3 landing zones are at Malern Airfield, another airfield just south of Rhythminen, and a field to the west of Heraklion. These areas are secure enough that we will even be able to provide heavy airborne and naval transport that you will allow to deploy heavy assets. Yeah, we will not do that. Each of these positions is under siege by British, Greek, Australian, and even New Zealand troops, so be prepared to fight immediately. Secondly, we have reports that the British have moved several warships in from the east to avoid them at all costs. To help screen your forces from them, detachment of Italian destroyers has been placed under your temporary command. Thirdly, although most of the British air assets have fled to North Africa, we have reports that a few formations have been left behind on Crete, so be prepared for them. So I don't sorry, I don't read anything about enemy tanks here. But let's see what we can do. So we have fortifications here, so we might as well deploy the 4th division with some heavy stuff over here, and see whatever we can do here. So let's deploy that there, ready to shoot. Let's deploy the other 4th over here, and let's deploy another one from the 4th over here. I'm not sure we're gonna run into any major resistance over there, so we'll have to make sure we have everything we need. I'm actually thinking about deploying an anti-tank unit over there. Not sure. Will we run into enemy tanks? Actually, I don't care. If we do, we can retreat into the mountains. And blow them up there. At least I hope so. So let's go for the 1st division over here. Go for this. And then we'll have a strong push ahead of us over here. So we need massive artillery here. We get an additional infantry. But we want this and that. And I'm assuming I have a ton more I can deploy and on shore. Let's deploy my air force first. I definitely want 2 lava bombers. We need massive suppression. And we need to be able to get rid of some of the enemy air force. Not sure how much enemy air force we're going to face, but they said there's going to be some. So I'm assuming 3 fighters will be enough. I'm going for this one, since that also has scouting capability, and I think I will deploy also the other one. Not sure about the Stuka yet. I think I want to land over here so we can close this thing up pretty quickly. So I actually only have 1 more infantry that I can land there. I don't have any artillery that I can land there. I might actually land that over here and quickly join up. 7 more units to deploy. Let's bring in some anti-air assets. Let's bring in actually our Panzer, our tank, anti-tank capability. Let's actually deploy our entire air force. What the heck? Now, what else can we deploy here? We kind of have to deploy something. 2 missing units. This would actually be a fun time to actually deploy or buy the additional infantry that we're lacking. Because I don't know what else to deploy. All the rest is heavy stuff. I don't need a bridge engineer. I kind of need 2 extra infantry. What do you guys think? Should I buy them? That would drop me below in prestige where I kind of want to be. And we probably won't be able to deploy them. So he left all the heavy stuff out. Yeah, that's a problem. If I leave that out, I have even less to deploy. I mean, I can see that, but I could do this. So the 88. We don't want to deploy the 88. Okay. That leaves me with precious little to deploy. Okay, so we can still deploy a scout. And you have 4 more slots. Well, he doesn't have the Krautschützen. I'm actually gonna buy the additional infantry. That will drop me pretty far low. I plan to deploy them. I'm buying them because then I can deploy something. Otherwise, I won't be able to deploy anything. Let's actually deploy the bridge engineer. Why not? And then we'll just leave 1 spot open because I don't know what else to deploy. Okay, so let me save that. And then let's go. And let's see what we're facing here. Okay. Okay, yeah, the artillery needs to go right away. And that will not be an easy position to defend from the looks of it. Okay, let's do the easy stuff first. Let's drop our units. Okay, there's already a guy. Can we reach that? No. So we need to trap that. Let's actually figure out where the ships are. There they are. It's one of them already gone. Okay. I think that's completely suppressed. Not fully suppressed, but yeah, a crappy roll. Yeah, we'll think about that. Well, let's try over here. What can we do over here? Taking out the southern position might actually be advantageous. Ah, there's artillery back there. It will take some hits on our artillery here. I don't think that's anything we can necessarily avoid. Need to get these reinforcements in as quickly as possible. Make sure there's nothing in there that can actually harm us. But they said they were coming in from the east, so I don't think there will be anything in there. Yeah, I don't think we can trap them over here. I think this first turn will actually be the most painful, but I really don't think this is a good idea. No, that's not a good idea. Interesting, they have a cruiser. Our destroyers are doing good. Yeah, the unexpected encounter, they actually win. That's funny. Okay, that was fine. Yeah, they actually have tanks. Those early hits were to be expected, but that's fine. See here. Oh, we need to get rid of you. That. Crap. Not such great results. Let's hope we can hold out. I don't like seeing this, but whoa. Quite a bunch coming in there. Holy hell. Yeah, this will not be easy at all. To bring in the other level bomber, we quickly need to clean those cruisers up. I know I could have deployed the Crutchitson, but I consider them heavy equipment because those bikes, I mean... Come on, fudge. Pioneers, hold out. Okay, that was kind of okay. Need to pull them out at some point. Ah, crap. We lost an artillery. That is actually a problem. Not that that is a problem for the campaign, because I gained that experience back on a new one very quickly. The problem is now that group is without artillery support. That is a much bigger problem. Now we need to go full on air support. I can't pull this level bomber out here now. And now we need to go mass attack bonus all the way. Not working out. Need to get rid of these guys in our back. I would kind of need those anti-tank guns in a different location now, but not much I can do about it right now. pull the damaged one out of here. Need to get rid of the destroyers first, otherwise they have too many eyes on stuff. And now this will be a problem. We basically need to pull out of here. There's no way I can hold this line right now. Pull all the way back. Actually, let's do as much damage as we can while we can. And then let's hope these guys can hold out, because I also need to pull out my pioneers. I'm probably gonna have to go for repairs. Much as that's gonna hurt, because otherwise we're gonna run into a tiny bit of problem here. To bring a bomber over there. Need to get rid of those tanks somehow. So one of our divisions had to fall back into the hills. The other part of the other one, basically one entire regiment, is without artillery support. It starts basically exactly as crappy as it did historically. Yes, avoid them at all costs. The problem is I can't really fully avoid them. I need to take that fleet out somehow. Completely avoiding them is not really an option. Ah, crap. We need to get those airfields back. But we have to do that without artillery support. That's the problem now. Yeah, let's see. We need this one back. And we can get this one back. That's not a problem. That was a medal. Fighters might have a problem if we can't get this airfield back. How much fuel do they have left? This one can still get out. This one... yeah, this one might be in trouble. I'm really hoping that thing doesn't crash, because next turn we'll have it back. So we'll need a defensive position in these hills. The trouble is most of my units, of my air units, are not exactly long range, so we do need to get that airfield back. Losing that fighter would really suck. So which one is it that we might potentially lose? First group, 56. And this could get costly very quickly. See, we can't really avoid them. If I avoided them, they would already now be doing shore bombardment. I'd rather they shoot at Italian ships. Okay, that's good. We might be able to take that out. It's still alive. So now we need to get rid of these assholes. We don't have an airfield over there, so we need to refuel over here now. That is a little inconvenient. Ugh. Keep these tanks busy. And let's hope these guys can hold out. Okay, what can we do on this side? First of all, I'd like to get rid of this, if at all possible. Okay. needs to be done. And I wish I could somehow rail transport or something these anti-tank units in the other direction. This one I feel comfortable about. This one I think I will get under control. But now these ships are in the way, so I might have to retreat here until I get rid of them, because otherwise we're gonna be in a little bit of trouble over there. Yeah, that prestige is definitely worth it. Yeah, see, this could be a problem. But they're suppressing me now. I don't think they will come out of the victory hex, but yeah, this one will attack, and now I'm running out of ammo. And now they can get the airfield back if I'm not careful. That's the problem here. Good, very, very good. So let's invest that. Let's give these guys back their ammunition. And let's reduce their numbers. Alright, now let's see what we can do about this crap. Take a look at this area. Nothing. Cloudy weather, not what I want right now. Need to rearm this. Okay, we'll have to hold out here. What the hell are these guys made of? So close. We can link up soon here, that will help. Ooh, that was a big hit. Man. Come on, run into a major counterattack. Yes, good. Now let's get rid of these guys. Okay, come on, Fallschirmjäger. Now don't let me down. Come on, take them out. Yes, good stuff. Give you damage so you don't get any strange ideas. So, where you need it the most? Let's see. First of all, this guy needs to go. Absolutely needs to go. Crazy. No way you're getting away, my friend. He wants to go in here, he can't do anything, he's out of ammo, so... Alright, then this guy needs to go for next. What do we do with you? You hold the airfield, you guys are useless. Doesn't matter since I will replace them, but I was hoping that they would actually, well, be able to actually do something, but oh well. Should we go in there? I don't actually think so. This is visible, right? Yeah. Let's link up. And this is a victory hex. This down there isn't, so... Let's push in that direction, because I think this one is in the bag. Weaken that guy because he's for sure gonna attack our anti-tank gun. Should not be a problem, but you never know. Okay, this is empty. Is there anything else back there? No. So this should be easy once we get rid of the tanks. See whether these guys find anything, whether there's something else back there. No, there isn't anything there, so that should be possible. Crappy that we lost that artillery, god damn it. Didn't want to rebuy that. Now I'm really gonna fall behind on prestige a little bit because I bought those 2 infantry. But nothing I can do about it. That's one. And one is sure to follow. Actually, let's put you there. You might actually be able to help on this side. I don't think I need that much over there. Eh. Yes, good stuff. Okay, what do we do about you? Soften them up. And take them. Seriously? Well, whatever. That's too risky. Okay. Yeah, not sure what to do with those guys. Where did you come from? That was close. Crap, they're buying stuff there now. Ugh. That's inconvenient. It's a big gun too. Maybe they'll shoot at the ship or something. Offer them some targets. Actually, let's see whether we can take this. See what's even in there. Oh, there's nothing in there down there. Probably where this asshole came from. I didn't push back. Fuck. Yes, good stuff, bombers, good stuff. I'm pretty sure they will not leave a town to take another. Almost certain they're not going to do that. If this works out, the anti-tank gun can take that town. Yeah, then we need to get in there and block them from buying shit there. Because that'll be really inconvenient. Yeah, my Pioneer is really taking a beating here. Good. That moved you out. Okay, first of all, let's try to take out the tank at least. It's a big anti-aircraft gun, but we need to get in here. Unbelievable. Can you at least move out? No? Great. Okay. These guys are completely useless, so let's pull them out. Otherwise they're gonna become fodder for... This can work. That's under control. Wait. 4 turns to take this. Wish we could have had some more artillery back there. Nope. And these repairs will be costly. Can transport that one over. Oh well. Didn't even do anything. Actually, let's go into the trenches. If they want to risk that, be my guest. That's that. Okay, we pretty much got everything under control. Oh, let's bring in additional artillery just to make sure that we can do it. But other than that, I don't think we need to worry about anything here. And we took a beating here. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I will be low on prestige anyway, since I decided to buy these infantry. We don't get any prestige per turn, right? No. So that's it. We took everything, but we took a beating doing so. We lost an artillery. That's actually pretty crappy. Let me buy a new one right away. We lost one of these, right? No, wait, I can reform the other one. So we'll do that. Yeah, that'll be costly. I think I will drop below the curve actually a little bit. Not exactly great. But the two new infantry gained a little bit of prestige, at least. Experience, I mean. They're getting close to 1 star. With the artillery I can repair easily, that's not a problem. The overstrength is a little costly, but yeah, artillery, refreshing artillery and the air force, that's not a problem. The infantry, however, holy crap. I'm actually glad I didn't bring any tanks here, because they would have been super expensive. That is regular replacements. The really damaged versions were actually the auxiliary ones, so it's not super bad. But still, losing that artillery is probably the biggest problem. If he hadn't done that, this would actually be okay, since it's mostly just infantry, and infantry isn't that expensive. But yeah. We did it. Bring our bomber home. I don't think they can do anything to us. So yeah. Let's end the turn. Let me just save this. And decisive victory it is. There we go. We save the replay. And let's view the battlefield. So yes, I think we got all the ships too. Yep, no ships left. So we took out the British, but we took a beating. And we lost an artillery. And not a major deal in terms of experience. That will gain that back very quickly, but the cost of rebuying it, that's not so fun. But it's a risky operation. You can't always defend it from all sides. That's either you deploy it and you risk losing it, or you don't deploy it. At least not in that spot. Either you focus them or you don't. And if I had focused them, I wouldn't have had enough infantry in that one spot. Might have been better to put the artillery somewhere else and just put another infantry in that place, something that holds out. But yeah, the infantry damage wouldn't have been exactly great either. The ones that dropped to 3, I think that was one of my pioneers, right? Oh, you mean this guy? Yeah, this guy and the pioneers. Yeah, those will be expensive. But then again, they got pretty high in experience. I think they're easily at 250 now. Let me actually check, where are they? This guy is at 260. And this guy is at 295. Is almost at 3 stars. Ooh, depending on how low that guy actually drops, I might get away with the regular replacements, but I don't think so, but I'll think about it. Because that guy is pretty damn high. Budget, pioneers are at 240. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, Was a pretty short stream this time, but the scenario is not that long. Of course, we will have another cooperation stream coming up this Sunday, where we'll talk about the entire Balkans operation, including the landing in Crete. And after that, it's the Russians. Yeah, so that'll be fun. Let me actually go one further here. And save this. And let me actually check how far do we drop. Depends on whether I want to keep everything above 200 or 250. I don't know. Okay, these guys get regular replacements. Yeah, these guys would drop to 150. Okay, let's try to keep everybody above 250. How much do we drop? Yeah, those guys get regular replacements. That's pointless. They don't lose much. Yeah, those drop to 243. That's actually okay. And those guys only drop to 232. That's also okay. So we're at 11,966. Then where's the artillery? Reform that. 242. Oh man, that's expensive. But we got this guy over 2 stars. Regular replacements. Regular. The other ones are fine. Let's give the guys that get it overstrength back. Okay, we're at 11,551. And we need to do some upgrades. Ugh. Yeah, this will drop me quite a bit. Let me actually check my Excel sheet here. Let me check what I actually can afford. I can afford to spend roughly 200 prestige on stuff to still stay above the line. 200 prestige. Can we afford the Flampanzer at least? Yeah, we can afford the Flampanzer. We probably can't afford the we can't afford the artillery probably, the Wurfrahmen. Yeah, 510. Holy crap. Ah man, that'll be a huge investment. We're gonna drop below the line if we invest in that one. Ugh. I also kind of wanted to upgrade the Panzer 38T already. But I probably have to postpone that one. I'm really debating whether it's not better to actually lose some experience on my units and instead invest in some more stuff. Not sure. I will debate that. Yeah, the Flampanzer I can actually afford, Carl. The Flampanzer I can afford. I can drop to about 300 something. 360 something, so I don't know. But I can afford around about 200 prestige to invest after repairing everything. So I can afford a Panzer. I probably cannot afford repairing this guy. Upgrading this guy to a Panzer 3. Nah, that's too much. I can upgrade the Panzer. That I can afford. I can definitely not afford buying the artillery. I mean, I bought 2 additional units. So that cost a whole bunch. I mean, how much did they actually cost? Yeah, they cost 177 each, so that's one reason why I dropped far below. So I have additional units now. That is already an investment. But still, I kind of wanted to invest a little bit more, but I guess the naval warfare will have to wait. Yeah, I can. The 38T will be fine for a while, I think. I also still have a Panzer 3F, so that'll be fine. I can make those work. Panzer 2, however, will not be useful. I kind of want that Panzer. I will think about it because I'm not sure I can actually already deploy it. So it's kind of a bonus unit. Yeah, they were technically in Barbarossa. We kind of wanted a historical setup, and my divisions didn't have 38Ts, so I kind of wanted to already go for the historical setup. I'm debating that. I might give some infantry less stuff and try to upgrade my 38T to a full Panzer 3. It is quite a bit better. I invested a whole bunch of prestige by upgrading Olidier, by buying two additional infantry and stuff like that. I already did a whole bunch of upgrades that Brocada still has to do. I also have more units than he does. I think I have 2 more infantry now and still 1 more tank, I'm not sure. As I said, I upgraded Olidier, so that's a super range Kratschützen now. That'll be fun. The Gebirgsjäger stuff is not going to be super useful anymore from now on. And going for the historical setup, I need 1 Kratschützen unit per division. Yeah, I might actually risk dropping below and get actually the Nebelwerfer right away, because that thing will also make me a lot more useful. It will give me much more suppression power. And it's kind of better to get it up in experience right now. Yeah, holy shit, that thing has crazy range. You will see once I use it. Kratschützen with bonus movement is +3 movement. That means, what is its normal movement? Let me see. Its normal movement is 8, so it now has a movement of 11. I have now an 11 movement infantry. That will still be pretty good in the mountains, so... Yeah, the Wolf Ramen will be a huge investment, but I might actually invest this and drop almost to 10,000 again. And still, I think that'll be worth it. I mean 11. It has normal movement 8 +3. That's 11. Yep. Anyway, guys, it's gonna be it for now. Yes, with recon move, obviously. Hey, I'm so far behind in prestige. I need at least 1 really cool unit to make up for that. Yep, 11 movement with recon move. I still don't know how recon moves exactly works with the rule set though. So yeah. But I guess it's now a lot less likely to get stuck. Hey, Deliaki, you always arrive when I'm done, mate. But we can have a chat later if you want. So yes, I will struggle with prestige, that's for sure. But what are you gonna do? I think it's even better this way because I think the bonus infantry that I get in Russia are all Gebirgsjägers. Those I would have to upgrade to different infantry to actually use them. So now I can actually disband them because I don't really need additional infantry. I wouldn't be able to ever deploy them. So I'm gonna disband those, even though they're bonus hero units probably. I'm gonna disband them unless they have really cool heroes, but I don't think they did. Also depends on how much I fall behind in prestige. Yeah, game on, it uses an additional movement point per stop. That's the general rule, but sometimes when you end your first move near an enemy, that kind of doesn't work that way anymore. I'm not sure. There are some extra rules that somehow make you completely stop sometimes. I'm not 100% sure on the exact rules for a recon move. They didn't get totally mauled. I mean, 2 units got mauled and I lost an artillery. The artillery was actually the really bad thing. The infantry were getting mauled, that wasn't the problem. But having to buy back the artillery, that is a little bit of a problem. The price, not the experience. They will get that back in no time. But yeah, the price that I didn't like. But what are you gonna do? Need to give them lots to do in Russia, so they gain that back. One scout is already at 1 star again. Yeah, and these guys, they just don't get anything. I think these Brigand Pioneer are not gonna ever gain any experience. Well, they don't need to. They're just there to basically get me over rivers. So these 2 I need to deploy, so they gain some experience really soon, at least 1 star. They already got half a star just from this, even though I gave them regular replacements now, even despite the losses that they took. So I think 1 more scenario and they might be at 1 star. Yeah, the Flam Panzer will be an upgrade of my old Panzer II. Wolf Ramen will be a new investment, but that thing is crap expensive. Holy hell, 510. Oh my god. But it's such a good unit. It's such a good unit. I want it. I want it now. We'll see. Eventually I'll also need a second Stug. Oh my god. I don't know when to buy these units. So far behind Brock and I don't know how he's doing it. He completely leave him in the dust because now he has such an advantage in prestige that he can invest more in all of stuff, and then yeah. The more he invests, the less damage he takes. Yeah. I might run into trouble eventually with prestige. People have told me, oh, you're gonna keep gaining prestige all the way into 1943. I don't think so. I think this will be the last grand campaign where I actually gain prestige from scenario to scenario. Maybe 42. but not a whole lot. At 43, I'm guaranteeing you I will run out of prestige in no time. Last time I tried Grand Campaign 43, I was 75% through the Grand Campaign and I was at 0 prestige. Yeah, and that will keep going. That will keep playing for him. That's the problem. He's higher on experience. That also means he can afford more regular replacements and all that. I'll see how I can do it. I don't think I'm playing that much worse, so I don't know. I'm also not sure how much the Metaxas line played into it, not getting a decisive victory there. Well, I did get a decisive victory, not taking those flags, I mean. I'm not really sure it would have been worth it. If I got only hit once by that fortress, well, getting the tank, getting the captured tank, that would have been worth it. But I didn't remember that it was there. Otherwise, I would have gone for it with the Romanian troops. But I didn't remember that it was there. I remembered it too late, and by that time, I didn't have the chance to get it anymore. So yes, we'll see how that goes, but I'm not so convinced I'm not gonna run out of prestige, so I'll need some creative. Yeah, I need to get creative at some point to keep myself afloat. So far we're still fine, but if I invest now and drop below the line, then we need to make sure that we get back above the line, otherwise we're gonna be in trouble. Anyway, that's gonna be it for today. I want to say, as I said, watch our cooperation stream that we're gonna have this Sunday. Brock already agreed, so we'll do that next Sunday, this Sunday again, and after that it's Russia. So yeah, I'm not sure how much he actually gains with that surrendering. He usually surrenders some infantry units that gains him like 20 prestige here and there. I'm not sure that makes the entire difference. He's now over 7,000 prestige ahead of me, I think. I'm not even sure that that is really the cause of it. But we'll see what happens. I'm not sure it adds up to that much. I saw him in certain scenarios. I think the major difference was in the in 1940 when he went for the French campaign and I went for the British. The way those things, I don't know whether those scenarios were simply that much harder or they were harder because of my mod, but I really got mauled in there. Also, the same thing happened in Marginal Line. I got really punished by the mod there, and not happy that I played the mod because it really punished me in a lot of ways. Because it took away so many auxiliary units. I can guarantee you, I didn't look into it, but I would almost be sure that he took away all the auxiliary units on Crete and also modded just additional slots in there, and that would have been a disaster. Because then every slot that I have to additionally to deploy is one slot more that I need to repair afterwards. So I can't use auxiliary forces to soak up some of the damage, and that really cost me. So you can clearly see that we're almost, I mean, I think you saw the Excel sheet that I made. I can show it again this time on Sunday, but No, it didn't really have that much advantages. I mean, I gained a little bit more experience, but I couldn't really afford the elite replacements, so it didn't make a difference in that regard very much. I still dropped behind in experience, so yeah, I have the recon move the crutch system, but that's one unit. It's not as big a deal as you might think. That unit can't do anything alone. I can't just send it ahead and do recon move everything. I once sent Ole Deer ahead on its own in Lillehammer because I thought he's invulnerable, and then he got destroyed. So I don't think it's such as big a deal as you think. Graduates are not that good a unit. Then their defensive values are not fantastic. They've taken huge hits sometimes. Yes, I use them tactically, but I also take a lot of damage doing so. So, I used it to get some surrenders already, but I don't know. I will definitely try to surrender a lot of KV-1s once we hit Russia, because that's basically the only way you can get rid of them. But it's also not easy to suppress them, so I can either force them to surrender or I can push them into forests and take them out that way, but it's not easy. To get them into a situation to do that. But I definitely have to get better. Not playing well enough yet. Playing at the very, very limit of what my prestige can take. I'm a little bit worried. Because I don't want to restart or anything. I kind of want us to be able to both finish this entire Grand campaign, and I'm a little worried about my prestige situation. Hi Tringilly. Oh, don't worry about it. You can always rewatch it. And remember, this Sunday another cooperation stream. You can come to that one. Yeah, we'll maybe discuss that on Sunday. What Rux thinks, what the problem is, why we're drifting, yeah, so far apart. Because I know he does certain things better. I just don't think he does them that much better. So I'm not sure what actually the issue is that we're getting. It's, in my opinion, it's not a difference in skill that's worth over 5,000 prestige. Then again, in my hard Let's Play for the normal vanilla campaign, I also fell far behind in prestige compared to him, so just not sure. I really analyzed my gameplay and I just don't see me being that much worse. Taking that much more damage and stuff like that. Also not that little in terms of surrender. I also surrender units sometimes. I surrendered a couple units here in Crete again too. Like I surrendered that anti-aircraft unit. I think I surrendered something else. One infantry, I believe. So, I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll definitely have to try and get as many capturable units as possible to sell them, and I need to get more surrenders on KV-1 tanks, yeah, for sure. But we'll see how it goes. I'm definitely ahead of Bruck in about 1,000 prestige in upgrades in units, but still. Yeah. Yeah, the problem is I don't want it to add up to the point where I might have to abandon the campaign because it's not sustainable. I don't want to run into that situation. I'm really thinking about just dropping most of my units back to 2 stars because technically getting them at 250 doesn't really give me anything because the next bonus they only get at 300 and I'm not sure I can sustain 300. Keeping them at 3 stars basically means I cannot do regular replacements at all anymore. I'm just not sure I can sustain that. But we'll discuss it on Sunday again. Maybe Bruck has some insights. I look at my footage again and try to figure out what I could do better, but I don't know. Yeah, but just look at the Metaxas line. I thought, okay, let's not take anything unnecessary. Just don't take too much damage. Just go for the victory axis, and that's that. But that way I didn't get the capturable units, and I did get a couple more flags. So did that turn out to be a good idea? No. Originally, I would have played more aggressively, and I would have taken everything. I'm not sure always playing cautious is actually a thing. You need to be cautious in the right ways. I'm just not sure. Let me actually try something. Reload this and give everything regular replacements. What would happen? How would that look? Give my artillery overstrength again. Otherwise, all regular replacements. I'd still not even be at 12,000, so wouldn't help me much. It still wouldn't be too bad. Most of them are still at almost 2 stars, so some of them would be a little low, but most of them would still be at over 170, some at 190, so they would get to 2 stars again in no time. I don't know. Go to 200 and not over. Yeah, that's the thing. Probably not possible. They either stay above 250 or they drop below 200. So this guy would drop below to 232. I can do that. This guy drops to 190. So we need elite. This guy drops to 243. Regular. This guy drops to 190. Elite. Well, these guys are no matter anyway. I'm not going to give them elite. Okay, this guy drops to 175. Elite. This guy drops to 132. Elite. This guy drops to 172. Elite. This guy drops to 149. Elite. So yeah, it doesn't make a whole bunch of difference. These guys, yeah, this guy drops below 200. Yeah, doesn't make a whole bunch of difference. Almost makes no difference to keeping them all elite replacement. Yeah, basically I end up exactly the same. Yeah, Tranquilly, but the problem is Brakada is now already at the prestige level that we planned for after 1942. He's an entire grand campaign ahead. Yes, that's actually the thing. I'm not sure I'm gonna go for 3 stars. Three stars is... I'm not sure 3 stars is actually maintainable on Rommel. And let's face it, I beat Vanilla actually on... I don't know. I don't think many of my units had 3 stars. At the very end maybe, but... most of them were at 12. So I don't know. Let me see where we end up if I accept stuff like 190. Okay, this guy drops to 233. That's okay. 190. 243. 190. Yeah, these two are no matter. 174. Elite. 132. Elite. 172. Elite. 149. Elite. 177. Elite. 128. Elite. Yeah, as I said, I don't think this makes a whole lot of difference. Nah. Makes a difference of 40 prestige. That's like nothing. I'd rather have them at above 2 stars then, and on their way to 3. So but as we said, it adds up. I might actually go for 1 star and only go for 2 stars in 1942. Because I really need to catch up, and I don't think that additional star is worth it actually. Yes, I'll take more damage, but I can afford it more, you know? Because I want an 11,594. If I go for only regular replacements, Yeah, see, I'm 400 prestige almost ahead of that. It's that worth it? It's 400 prestige to keep them there. That's the thing. I don't want to catch up with Brack. That's not the problem. I'm trying to gain enough prestige that I can actually do stuff with it. Once we hit 1943, I need to be able to upgrade to Panthers. There's also a bunch of upgrades coming. There's also a bunch of unit investments coming. I need to buy some more Stugs. I need to upgrade to Mortars in 1942 or 43. I'm not sure when they come. I need a Nebelwerfer. I need to upgrade my Panzer 38T. Only 1 overstrength on artillery. I actually wonder whether I need overstrength on them at all. Because I would be able to take more risks, just like with the level bombers. And they always gain it back. I could easily take damage on them. As you could see, I took major damage on them and it's still at over 3 stars. Good, 1 got lost, obviously. That's not a good idea, but that was just a situation on Crete. It's a normal risk. Yeah, we'll see. Usually they don't take damage, let's put it that way, but it's expensive to give them that overstrength. Let me try and give them just 1. Where do I end up there? Okay, let me try to keep everything above 2 stars except for 190. I'm gonna accept that. Elite replacements where we need them. Okay, just 1 overstrength. Not fully convinced overstrength is actually worth it. Okay, that would put us at 1166, 666. Let's upgrade the Flammenpanzer. Where are we? 508. That means after the Flammenpanzer upgrade, I'm about 140 ahead, so I could afford 140. I don't think I can do anything with 140, but well, we'll have 4 Panthers. Probably have about 2 Tigers or something like that. So we'll have 4 Panthers and 2 Tigers. I don't think we can play without Tigers completely. We'll have at least 1. 1 schwere Abteilung needs to be there. Whether 2, I don't know. It's also a matter of the game throws a whole bunch of crap at us. We can't just take nothing. Otherwise, we're gonna lose just as much as the Germans did. So, we don't want to get completely wiped out. How much will it cost to do all the upgrades? Well, I don't need to do that many upgrades. I mean, okay, the Flammenpanzer, then I wanted to upgrade the 38T to a Panzer 3. I don't need the H. The G is enough, I think. Yeah, let's just go for the G for now. That is that. The Panzer 3F will keep because that one is historical. Then we need basically no additional upgrades. I don't think. Let me see. What's up? What's in the air? Tanks. What's the difference between these two? Some additional armor plating. That's not worth it. Yeah, there's basically no additional upgrades. I just need a Nebelwerfer. So artillery, Wolframen. Then we would be at 10,673. That's basically what I intended to go into Barbarossa with. Eventually we'll buy a second Stug, but that can wait. I think I didn't buy a second Stug before 1942. But I wanted 2 mobile artillery. Yeah, I'll calculate what your upgrade cost to 1944 would be. No. I'll have to check that. I don't know unit prices. Yeah, the FV 190 will be... Although we kind of agreed that we can't actually have that many. We have 4 fighters. At maximum, 2 of those. I'm not sure. We'll probably get another one, but that will be a gift. I'd say we can't have more than 2 190s because there weren't that many around, especially on the Eastern Front. Most of the fighters on the Eastern Front were ME-19. So we'll have to play with the later models of the 19. That will save at least something, but 2 of them will have to be upgraded to 190s for sure. Otherwise we can't deal with the LA5s. No, we're not gonna keep purely 19. That wouldn't be historical either, but let's say we keep 4, then 50% is the maximum that we can have. If we go for 5 fighters, because I think we get another gifted one, maybe even 2. I know Erich Hartmann is a bonus unit at some point. If we keep those around, for example, Hartmann completely flew 19s until the end of his career. There were no 190s. Basically, all the 190s were defending the homeland. Most of the frontline units had 19s, at least on the Eastern Front. So we will have some 190s, but not many. So most of our units will be normal Messerschmitts. The Focke-Wulfs, as I said, at most 2. So we'll probably have 2 Focke-Wulfs and 3 Messerschmitts, maybe 4 Messerschmitts. I don't know how many bonus fighters we get. We're definitely not going to buy any additional ones. Well, no, I actually think we get 2. We get Erich Hartmann at some point, and we get this other guy that has an initiative disadvantage, I think. I don't remember which one it is. What's his name again? There's another hero unit. Yeah, so we'll probably end up with 4 Messerschmitts and 2 Focke-Wulfs. Yeah, one already costs 500, right? So that's quite a price. Panther upgrades will also be expensive. That's a one-time only thing. But then you have to also remember, before we actually get to the Panthers, we also need to switch 1 Panzer III to Panzer IVs, because the Panzer IV and 3 switch roles. That means instead of 2 Panzer IIIs and 1 Panzer IV, we need to have 2 Panzer IVs and 1 Panzer III. So one of them needs to be an out-of-family upgrade, which might get more cheap for Brakata, because he'll probably keep his 38Ts, because that's his historical setup. So he can keep the 38 until he upgrades to the Panzer IV, and he avoids that 1 out-of-family upgrade that I need to do now, because I have to play with Panzer IIIs, because that's what my division had. Also, I kind of want a little bit of a prestige reserve because I actually don't think I can maintain a positive balance after 1942. I think I'm gonna lose prestige every scenario after 1943. In 1943, I mean. Yeah, I don't know. That'll that'll completely get rid of all experience on them. I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, the Focke-Wulf is not a prestige decision. That's a historical setup. We can't have fantastic units more than they were actually around. We can't have a ton of Stuks because those things were everywhere. But we can't have a ton of Nebelwerfers and Tigers and Focke-Wulfs and Messerschmitt 262s and shit like that. At most, we'll ever have one Messerschmitt 262 because everything else is nonsense. They weren't around. It was basically one squadron, one really working squadron. Other than that, they weren't around. So we'll see. Not the current ones. I'm actually speculating that our Tigers will hopefully be the ones that we actually get by the game. I certainly intend to disband every single SE tank from now on because I don't, unless it's a Tiger, because I don't need any additional ones. So I'm going to keep disbanding them until I get Tigers, and then hopefully once we have 2 SE Tigers, that'll be that. Obviously we have to upgrade those to heavy Tigers, to Tiger 2s at some point, but at least the initial cost of getting a Tiger should be 0. Yeah, I could speculate. Once we get the good Panzer IVs, I could speculate. Oh man, having 2 Panzers without experience will be tough though. Wow, that, oof. I don't know, how much do they cost anyway? That would be 280 for this one. Well, we'll probably upgrade that until then, but it would probably be around 350. So that would be 200 for disbanding them both. 600 for this, 700 for disbanding them both. 700 for disbanding them both. I don't know. I will also be playing with 2 less tanks until I get a new one. So I don't know. Maybe, I mean, I only have 2. We can have, I think, 3 now. So if I ever get a... no, we can have 4 now, right? Because we already have 3. How many can we have? Not sure how many we can have. Anyway, we have 3 units now. I mean, maybe I'll disband the SE infantry once we get the hero infantries, but then I kind of need to upgrade that hero infantry. That'll make that useless, because the hero infantry will be Gebirgsjäger, and I don't need Gebirgsjäger. Yeah, the future ones, as I said, the future ones I will disband either way, unless they're Tigers. I will keep 2 Tiger tanks if I get that many. I'm not even sure how many I can have in terms of SE units. You have 3 right now. I think you can have at maximum 5, right? So that would be 2 additional tanks, and we can have 2 Tigers. So I'll keep disbanding them until I get a Tiger. That once we have 2 Tigers, I can't disband anything anymore. I mean, sure, I could disband one and hope it's gonna be a Panther or shit like that, but a Panther without experience is not that useful either. And it's gonna be super expensive to repair. The 2 is already gone. The 2 is the Flammenpanzer. And those did exist, so I'm gonna get one. They were not really used and immediately disbanded again after 1941, but they were there, so I want one. Maybe I'll eventually disband it if I'm not using it much, but it's a bonus unit. 6 in 1945, well, that's too late anyway. The 6th one will always keep disbanding because by 1945 we'll be desperate for every prestige that we can get, so I'm gonna keep disbanding that one anyway. We basically said initially, even though Bruck is probably not doing that right now, I'm gonna keep disbanding SE units as long as that SE unit is filling my maximum. So if I'm allowed to have 4, I'm gonna only keep 3 and always disband the 4th until I can have 5. Then I'm gonna keep the 4th one. Yeah, Carol, the thing is not that I don't want to use it. The thing is, can I deploy it? Because we don't have that many deployment spots. Maybe in 42 we'll have them. Right now we don't really have them. I think we'll hit the full deployment spot to actually be able to deploy two full division at Vyazma. Not before. Maybe a little before. I'm not sure. If we go for the full infantry, how many do we actually have? We have 4 regular infantry, we have 1 Gratians, and that's already 5 units. Then we have 3 tank battalions, that's 8 units. Then we have 3 artillery, that is 11 units. Then we have 3 support units, the Pioneers, the anti-tank, and the recon. That is 14 units. So we have basically already a division that is 14 units strong. So 14 units times 2 is 28, plus at least 3 fighters, that is 31, plus let's say 3 bombers, that would be 34. So we need to hit 34 deployment spots to be able to properly deploy our stuff. And then we don't have any bonus units yet. We don't have any Stokes, we don't have any Nebelwerfers. If we want to have those, we basically need 35 deployment spots or something like that at least to be able to fully deploy 2 divisions plus the necessary bonus stuff. Kind of a division is kind of 15 strong if you actually add the Stokes. So we 30 plus 6 Air Force. You basically need 36 deployment spots. Yeah, kind of 37. So we kind of need to go for 40, and we're not gonna push 40 deployment spots anytime soon. And once we do, we're not gonna keep that up for a while. We'll actually drop in deployment spots again. So I mean, eventually I will be able to disband kind of the Kreuzschützen, because eventually they will drop out of the Panzer divisions, but that won't happen until 1943 or so. I mean, eventually the Panzer divisions will only have 1 Panzer, technically, because at the end in 1945 they basically gave the Panzer divisions the same layout as the Panzer Grenadier division, which means a whole bunch of infantry and just 1 Panzer unit. I'm not sure we're gonna go for that, because that would be suicide, but that's what happened historically. Yeah, I'm also not getting many. I haven't gotten one in a while, and I'm due to get one, but I didn't get one. I got one in Belgrade. Since then I haven't gotten one again, even though I should be getting one. I'm never very lucky with that, so if I'm not getting one, A tank is 350 prestige. That's 350 prestige less I have. So... yeah, the Panzer unit with a strength of 6. Well, actually, in the end, they mixed the Panzer units, so even the companies were not fully tanks. There was even a company of Stug 3s in there, so they weren't even technically tanks anymore. At the end, the Panzer Abteilung was sometimes completely Stug 3s, no tanks. So yeah. But we'll see how we'll do it. I'll think about it. I agree that it will probably be good keeping everything above 2 stars, but honestly, I will probably agree with you guys that I should stick at 2 stars and not go for 3, because I don't think I can sustain 3. Not by the way I play. Anyway, I think 2 stars is more realistic. Might even be better in the long run. I also need to keep thinking about stuff like Stalingrad. I need to go with overstrength on my infantry into Stalingrad, otherwise I'm gonna get mauled. So that'll be expensive as hell. I don't know if I can do Stalingrad without overstrength on the infantry. Anyway, it's enough talk. We'll talk about that more on Sunday. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope you enjoyed the scenario. Feel free to give me any tips on what you think I should do about the prestige situation. Yeah, a few select units, that's the problem. I don't really have a few select units. I just use them however I need them. And as I said, we'll see each other on Sunday. Think about tips about the prestige situation. Until then, we can discuss it in the section after we talked about the history and all that kind of crap. Yeah. Yeah, the supporting arms will always be 3 stars. That's super easy, but the really frontline stuff, that'll be the problem. Anyway. As I said, we'll see each other on Sunday. Keep your heads up, folks. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.